Whoa, that's not what we want. There we are. Hey there everyone, Steve Gonz, our physical therapist, messing up the beginning of my videos like I usually do. And I want to show you exactly how we get runners, or I get runners to open their stride, because it's a combination of exercises and stretching and strength exercises and drills. So I'm going to show you the exact system that I use. You can see this nice glisten I have here because I just got back from running. You can probably check it out on my Strava any minute here. It was a nice leisurely night run as the sun's going down here in Buffalo. So we're launching this program. It starts on Sunday. It's called Need for Speed, where we teach runners to open their stride, because most runners are shufflers. And here's the thing that you have to know about run form is that when you're limited on time, like most adults, and you're more prone to injury, like most adults, you want to get the most bang for your buck in your training. And a smart training plan can do that for you, strength training, but also your run form. If you can run more efficiently, you can save energy, you can run faster without having to try as hard. So it really is like a good way to get faster. So if you have an upcoming race, pay attention. I'm going to show you our system. I'll talk a little bit about the exercises and stuff. And if you're interested in joining me and a bunch of other runners, we're going to get started on Sunday. I'll teach you exactly how to do this whole thing. You just got to go openmystride.com. Go ahead and sign up. The program's closing here in like a day. So don't miss out. Go over there. So here's our system. Let me show you this. I got to get this thing out of the way. You're going to mess it up again. All right, here we go. All right. So this is the openmystride.com website. So I want to go down and just kind of show you the exact thing that we use, which is right here, not the book thing. So let me just zoom in on this part. One sec. I wish I was a little bit more prepared. So, all right, so there's 4 weeks. This is what we're going to be teaching here, and this is why it's important for you, because by learning this 4-week system, you can really get into rhythm here and learn this. So week 1's all about speed prep. So if you're going to learn how to open your stride, what you have to be focused on is some good hamstring stretching, some good hip flexibility. You can't open your stride if your hips are tight. Now the problem with most runners is that they sit all day at a desk, or they just don't stretch. So what we do in this program is we focus on hamstrings and hip flexors, hip mobility, because when you open your stride, you're going to start running from your hips. You're going to start running from your glutes and your core. And if you don't have the right anatomy, what's going to end up happening is you're going to be working against the natural flow of your body. So what we do is we teach you these kind of stretches that we love, really focus on, again, hamstrings and hip flexors and things like that. But then we also pair it with some strength training, targeting the glutes, targeting the core in a way that kind of translates to what we're trying to teach, which is opening your stride. So the speed prep phase is you start learning, and you should start dabbling, start learning how to open and find that, like what we call the figure 4 position. If you're wondering what the figure 4 is, just go to my other videos. I've talked about it ad nauseum. Today I want to just kind of give you the building blocks of how to do this. So when you're starting to learn how to open your stride, focus on your anatomy first, stretch those hip flexors, stretch those hamstrings. And then you're going to go into this building the habit. So in week 2, what we do is we focus on opening your stride, feeling comfortable with it, and avoiding what we call launching. Now, if you don't fire, I don't think this is going to work, but let me just try. You're probably going to see my mic here. If you do a lot of this, trying to open your stride, instead of learning how to translate that leg forward, what ends up happening is you end up launching yourself up in the air, and it's really wasteful, because instead of pushing yourself down the road, you actually do a lot of bouncing. So you're going to learn how to get your anatomy in line. Then you're going to learn how to start opening your stride. Then we go into week 3, which is stopping your errors. The 2 biggest errors that runners make, and I want you guys to know this, because you do this with us, you're going to try it on your own. I hope you join us. Again, if you want to learn, just go to openmystride.com. We get started here in a day or so. But stopping the errors. The 2 biggest errors that runners make when they're trying to open their stride. Number 1 is what I just talked about, which is driving that knee. You want to work on driving that knee forward and letting the whole leg fold behind you. It's the focus of your hip flexor, your hamstrings, and your shin that are going to drive you down the leg, and it's going to really engage your core muscles and make you faster. The other thing that people like to do are butt kicks, and they say they get this visualization that they need their leg to fold underneath them as they're driving down the road, driving themselves down the road with their running, and they do this really high butt kick. The hamstrings alone do not propel you forward. The hamstrings are synergistic with your hip flexors, and you need to make sure that you're not doing butt kicks and you're not driving your knee way up in the air, because you're just going to be wasting a lot of energy and not doing it properly. So in week 3, we teach you all about those things and how to avoid them, plus building the habit. And finally, if you're going to do and learn how to do this, which I really encourage you, whether you do it with us truthfully or not, if you can learn a good figure four and you can learn to drive from the knee, you're going to be set up for a lot of success in your running. I'm not guaranteeing you no injuries. I'm not guaranteeing you a PR. That stuff's somewhat left up to you, but this can give you a better shot at doing that. Week 4 is all about racing and training. So after you start getting this, you start feeling comfortable if you're doing this on your own, then you want to start realizing that there's a time and a place to do this. Generally, if you're running an easier run, it's going to be, we talk about flipping the switch to learn this style of running. In week 4, we talk about it being a dimmer switch. So you can go high or low on how much you're driving, and it's really pace dependent and effort dependent. You're going to be driving a little bit harder later in a race versus early in the race. If you put in a kick to the finish or to a group or behind or by somebody, you're going to use a little bit more drive. There's certain instances when you use this, it's not an everyday thing. So if you're running, I'll give you just a quick synopsis. There's certainly a lot more in this video, but if you're running base or easy, you really don't need a lot of knee drive. It's when you're starting to get to a late stage base race, maybe a long run, or it's hot out, or it's a half marathon, full marathon, or faster 5K, 10K, that's when you're going to be using this, and we talk all about it. And finally in week 4, we talk about, which is a bonus section, how to run on hills, how to use this on hills. So there you have it. Work on your anatomy, and then start learning and driving. Make sure you're not launching yourself or doing butt kicks. Then you're going to just keep building that habit, The average habit takes about 21 days to fix, and it goes as long as 60. So you're going to have to keep after this for a little bit. And finally, just know that it's not up for every single run. Again, if you want us to help you, it's pretty easy. We've been doing this for about 10 years, and we've been helping runners make these changes. Jump on over to openmystride.com. We'll give you everything that you need. It's a weekly training. You work it right into your runs, and we're going to show you exactly how to do this, because when you learn this and you start running from your core and not your feet, you're going to almost immediately get faster, and we're going to get you faster here in 4 weeks. So check it out. Go to openmystride.com. I hope everyone has a great Friday. Just remember, the program is closing tomorrow night, midnight Sunday, whatever you want to say it as. Go to openmystride.com. You can check the timer and see how much time you have left. But hope you all have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. How do I get out of here? I always do that. There we go.